In the Blitz, there's a lot of noises, and Jessie and I have learnt what noises are okay and what ones are new ones. Now, when there's a new noise, we listen to it. If it stays there for longer than a couple of minutes, we start to get a little bit worried. Now, all day we'd been saying that the gearbox had been moving and there was a few bits and pieces that were going on in terms of some metal clanging, and we couldn't quite work out what it was. We even put a GoPro underneath the car to try and work out what it was. We figured it was the gearbox, and we actually held that up with a ratchet strap to try and keep that sort of in its position. Later on in the day though, we were heading just across the salt pan. We heard quite a large metal hitting metal, and we kind of looked at each other and went, that didn't sound right, but the noise went away. So we went, okay, we drove across the salt pan. Then we got to the other side and there was this little rock that we went to get up. As we went to get up that rock, there was a huge noise and I lost all drive. Jessie and I looked at each other, straight away said, that was the shaft. He jumped out, had a look under and went, yep, that's not ideal. Roadside assistance, Matthew, roadside assistance. We called Matt on the radio and he came through. Now, luckily it wasn't too bad. It hadn't snapped anything, so we could actually put it all back together.
Yeah, we need a little bit. We need 4 bolts, that's all.
4 bolts? Surely you could have found another 4 bolts in this thing.
We've been looking, but
Yeah, so the tail shaft came out, eh?
yeah, we cling, clang, clang.
You know what it needs?
What?
It's a bucket of bolts.
It already is a bucket of bolts.
Do you want to know what I have?
A bucket of bolts.
I do. In my bucket of bolts, I have a 15-ton jack and a funnel and bits of metal and bearing stuff and things. And then down the bottom, past the hose, I've got bolts. Lots and lots of bolts.
Again, Mike from Clearview was jumping straight in there.
So what's happened up here, Mike, is the tail shaft bolts on here, these 4 nuts have come loose and the tail shaft's fallen out, rattled around inside here, busted the handbrake drum, fallen on the ground, and that's the end of that story.